y'all know that every single time the doggone intro song goes on, I'm gonna groove. I don't care what nobody say. Because the intro, it get like, don't it get you hyped? Like, yeah, I got this. Like, yeah, I'm in there. I know. I know. Yo, welcome to another episode of One Billion Brave. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? I am so glad that y'all tuned in. Like, because I mean, I say it every week, but because every week is very true. This guest about to be too dope, though. Like, okay, we don't get into that. So, for the newcomers, thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Domo Jones. This is One Big and Brave. Whoop. For the old heads, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all got your popcorn? Y'all got your, like, what y'all doing? Did y'all put y'all show on pause? Because this show is on. Alright, cool. So, let's get in. Y'all know, let's get into the house rules. Can y'all tell I'm on like a 14? Because let me tell y'all before I get into it, my body shut down. Like, for what? What are we doing? Child, I slept all day and now I'm about to be up all night. Good Lord. I guess it's time to pray. That'll make you go to sleep. If you pray, that'll make you go to sleep. Or if you read your Bible, that'll make okay. Let's get into the house rules. No profanity. Y'all know. We don't do that on here. What? Eh. It's way too many words. Like, we about to use all the other ones and not them four, not them five. Because it's so many other words we can choose. No bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preference. Why? Because from one blood he made all the nations. So we about to, like, we family. Y'all didn't know? We can fuck. Cuzzo, auntie, uncle them. Tell them that y'all all invited to the barbecue. And tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Exactly. Everybody gonna check for me. I wish they would. I wish they could. Okay. Out here singing yo shoulda coulda woulda. Okay. I am hyper right now. I am on a 14. Alright, so this show is about the disability. We're not about to do this, Domo. Calm it down. Because we're not about to do this. Act like you know how to talk. Okay, thank you. This show is about the disability and medical condition community that have disabilities, medical conditions, anything under that umbrella. And this show represents the 1 billion people of the world that have disabilities and or medical conditions. This show gives them a platform of how they break the stigma beyond their condition. So you already know what I'm about to say next. The old heads already know. Get you one of us in your circle. Get you one of us in your circle because we too legit to quit. Like, we're just like too dope. Get you one of us in your circle. You're welcome. Don't get you one of me, but get you one of us. I'm telling you, there's perks of being with someone with a disability or a limitation. I'm gonna tell, you heard it from the horse's mouth. There is some major perks. Ask my friends. There are some major perks with being around and being friends and being close to and being amongst the vicinity of people that have disabilities and medical conditions. That's all I'm gonna say. You figure out the rest. Also, this is one of the most important house rules. We talk about Jesus Christ on this show. I don't know what y'all thought that we didn't do, because here we talk about Jesus Christ. So he gonna be the main thing. He always been the main thing, and he gonna forever be the main thing because that's my dog. That's my dog, and he should be yours too. All right, y'all ready for the very last, most important house rule today? Cool. This show is the very first show that has a hostess with a disability that has guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. That is the only type of category of people that I interview. Lady O, Tyler Perry, and First Lady Ellen DeGenerate. Hi, Mom Jackie, love you. I'm coming to all your houses. Like, I'm coming to all of them. All the houses. Lady O, I'm coming to the house first. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go around a corner to hi Deshaun. I'm gonna go around a corner to Tyler Perry's house. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna holler at the 1-2 at the 1-2. And then I'm gonna go up the street around the corner, around 2 blocks to Lady Ellen DeGeneres' house. We got a lot, child. We got too much to discuss. We got way too much to discuss. And that's it. That's all. Yeah. All right. So let's get into the Braveheart. What the Braveheart for this week, Gabe? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Okay. I can't see. Thank you. Because, I got these glasses on, but I still can't see what's happening. At Rochelle's Wheels. Come on. First of all, do y'all see the scenery? The clouds are clouding. Her disability is she is paralyzed, but clearly that's not stopping her because she's live and live in color. Like, the girl is bomb. Rochelle, you are the Braveheart for this week. Thank you for being you. We appreciate your boldness. We appreciate you for still not only accepting but loving who you are despite your limitation. Keep on doing your thing, Rochelle. Man, our people are dope, huh? I don't care what nobody say. We're a dope community. Period. I gave what is it? Did you know? The more you know. The more you know. I'm sick of it. Dang. Domo, you don't even know. We need an American doll who is always injuring themselves. Because let me tell you, can I be the first to say, I will get about 17 of them Johns and give them out. Because I am forever injuring. We really do. Like, that's the reality right there. We need an American doll that always has an injury. Like, and we need like one of them, like them plastic things that we could take out a cast, a brace, a boot. Like, we really need one of those. That would be wild. Let me talk to the corporate real quick, cause we need to get that going. That would be amazing. For real, for real. Like, that would be so doggone amazing if we had an American doll that's always what you always doing something. That's what we could say. You always doing something. Dang. Cause that's what I've been told all the time. But whatever. I'm just busy. I got stuff to do. Got stuff to do. Okay, so before I get into my next guest, I do want to say something real quick. Cause let me testify why I got a chance. This is the more you know. No, what we gonna call this? Life of Domo. We're gonna call this Life of Domo. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen the current event. I know, Mom Jackie, it would be the current event that Hawaii had a massive fire, like a crazy fire, right? Not too long ago, maybe like a week or less than a week, right? So let me tell you the blessing behind that. First of all, we're praying for Hawaii. We are definitely praying for Hawaii. God's grace, God's mercy, God's covering, angels protected over them and over all their assets. Like, because that's crazy. Like, you're on an island and the island is run by fire. Child. If y'all not listening to the Bible, that we living in the last days, okay. Cause make that make sense. You on an island full of water, but you get burned out by fire? Huh? Okay. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But the blessing behind that, the testimony behind that, I guess I would say, is this. I was literally just out there in Hawaii last month. Literally out there last month. Myself and my family. And I am now back in California, safe, with no hurt, no harm, no danger. Come on, God. If that ain't protection, I don't know what it is. I was literally just out there with myself and my family last month. Literally out there. And not only that, The week after I came back, my aunt and her husband flew out there visiting their family, and nothing happened. Come on, God. Everybody think God's blessing gotta be money. I thank God for another day. Let's just talk about that. I thank God for another day, another chance to not get. And you always injuring yourself. I thank God for that because where would I be? God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. All right, so let's. That was the life of Domo. Thank God for the little things. Let's put that out there. Thank God for the little things because He is really protecting those that honor Him, and He's showing grace. So y'all better get right, church, and let's go home. Okay. Um. Thank thank you, Mom Jackie, because God is good. All right, so let's get into the next guest. Okay, let me tell y'all. So y'all already know the old heads. I already know 95% of my guests. I don't know. Nevertheless, this one is like a 50-50. Like I know her, but I don't know her, but I kind of know her, but I don't know her. Meaning, I've been on her since I was 15, but 14, 15. But we were never in the same group, but we were all in the same circle. Does that make sense? Okay, let me break it down even further. We went to the same church, but she was older than me. So her circle and my circle were siblings. So we saw each other, but we never liked. Y'all get it. All right, so nevertheless, listen. So we about to bring in my dog, Lo. Come to the stage. Gabe, how long is the intro? Gabe, that's your cue to bring her to the stage.
What up, Domo?
What up? Gabe, you can't be embarrassing me like that.
What?
And I'm all like doing the whole intro, and then it was nothing. Golly. What up, though?
What's going on? Thank you
How
for
you doing? You
having
good?
me.
You straight?
I'm straight.
Latanya, thank you, girl. Hey, how you doing? You good?
Hey,
I feel like that's
sister.
your relative because you guys have the same last name.
My baby sister.
Hey, little sis. Hi, little sis. All right, so let's get into it. Thank you for gracing the stage. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
I appreciate it. I'm really excited about this episode. Like, I'm really excited.
I am
So,
too.
man, all right, so let's get into it. Can you tell everybody where you're from and the name of your medical condition or disability?
Okay. So I'm from San Bernardino, California.
Whoop, whoop.
Um, I've been having epilepsy seizures since I was 5 years old, and I have a learning disability. They say I'm dyslexic. So
What?
yeah, I'm also a
Wait,
cancer survivor. So
hold
God
on,
all the
because
glory on all of that.
okay,
Asthmatic, allergies. Where do I start? My sister said I should live in a bubble.
I guess we both should too because I'm allergic to everything on earth. Like, sheesh. Wait a minute. Okay, so the first thing you said is you have see. Hey, oh, she was talking to you.
Hey,
Um,
Auntie.
hey, auntie. So the first thing you said was epilepsy and seizures, right?
Yes, since I was 5.
Okay, so let's get into that. We're about to break all this down.
Let's break it down.
So, so for those that don't know, what epilepsy is, could you kind of explain like what that looks like?
Okay, well, it all occurred. I was 5 and I had a fever seizure. And so the
Mm.
fever was so high, it was frying my brain to where my mom and dad had to rush me to the hospital and they had to pack me in a tub full of ice. And so they were trying to submerge me. I'm 5 and they're trying to submerge me in this ice bath and I'm fighting them like no, no, no. And they dunked me under to get my fever to come down because the fever was frying my brain. And they were telling my parents that I would be brain dead on the left side and you know. So it occurs in my sleep. Like when I'm sleeping or like when I was a kid, it would just like happen random. I'll be in school and I would just like go into stare and then go into commotions. But then as I got older, I tried to learn how to control them, but it was just
Yes,
something, you know.
girl. Oh my gosh. Kevin, what up? Thank you for tuning in.
Hi,
Um,
brother.
hey bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that first of all, the brain frying, that is like beyond me. Like that is crazy. So is it because your temperature gets too high?
Well, it was because my temperature got so high and my mom couldn't break the fever. It was just like so high, my brain was like frying, and it caused me to go into convulsions
Hmm.
uncontrollably. So
Hmm.
I just remember like crying out for my daddy, and I was
Yeah.
shaking. And so they were like on the phone. I can remember this from like being 5 years old. And I remember my dad having me wrapped up in a sheet. I didn't have no clothes on, and my dad carrying me outside our house, and like the air had hit me and they were talking to me, but then I started seizing again. And so my dad is driving, my mom is holding me. They rushed me to community hospital, which is in the hospital in San Bernardino where I was
Hmm.
born. And then the doctors was, doing their thing. And when I came out, it was like nothing for me. I'm like,
How
being the
y'all
same
doing?
old Lonita, like nothing ever happened. Like, let's go home. Why am I
Yeah.
here? So as time went on, I had to start learning and researching about my disability. On top, next show we'll talk about mental health. That's like a
Yeah,
whole other
yeah,
show.
because this is
But
about to, I feel like this is
yeah,
about to be like a 5 part series, like for real, because this is, thank you for, first of all, thank you for being transparent because it's not easy talking about, um, an ailment or a disability or a weakness. It's definitely not easy. So thank you for
you're
sharing.
very welcome.
But I want people to know because this is important to me because you don't look like what you've been through. And I know that's a cliche, but you really don't
No,
at
no one
all.
knows. No one knows until I open up my mouth and I tell.
Yeah.
And no one would know that I have dyslexia or I have a learning disability until I open up my mouth and tell them. And I would get like judged a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Really?
well, why are you taking this bus to school? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't yellow, it was white. It picked me up at my
Hmm.
front door. And it was because, like, they didn't want me to walk. They didn't know if I was going to have a seizure. They didn't want me to be on the big school bus because they didn't want me to have a seizure in front of the rest of my classmates, and it freaks them out. So I was like
Yeah.
smaller. My driver knew exactly what to do if it occurred because I had other friends on the bus that were just like me but didn't look like we had a disability.
Hmm.
So your show.
Man. So when it came down like to your seizures, and you had to learn. So before I say that, do you still deal with seizures?
I do. And as an adult, I keep myself away from stress and keep
Okay.
myself from high anxiety and worrying, because if not, it's gonna be all bad. And
Yeah.
and I couldn't, you know how most kids get their driver's license at 16 and 18, and I have been driving my brother's cars since I was 10. I was on phone books, and then
Mhm.
went from his lap to phone books, and I'm driving Cadillacs and all kind of stuff. And everybody were getting their license before me, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" And the
Right.
doctors were saying like, "Your seizures have to be under control." So I got 18 teaching all my friends how to drive, and I would drive my aunt's car, Deshawn, like
Hmm.
I'm whipping, you know what I'm saying? Everybody sitting in the car with me, but everybody else had their license and I didn't. I didn't
Right.
understand why. So then I got a pen and a pad and I petitioned the state of California, like, hey, what's what's going on? I have to advocate for myself and other
Yeah.
adults with disabilities. You guys have to communicate back with me. My older sister, Charmaine, rest in peace, she was there with me to make sure. I was kind of like a little embarrassed or a little ashamed or whatever, but I would write everything out and she would correct my spelling and make sure the punctuation was correct. But for
Hmm.
the most part, it was in my handwriting, and I was sending it off because I knew I would have to speak on behalf of others that was going through the
Hmm.
same thing as me. And so it's a struggle.
That's deep. Like, and I think that's super dope that you decided to advocate for your own self. Like, nah, 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 bro. Y'all not about to just play me.
Right.
I'm not mediocre around here.
No.
Period. I got stuff to do.
There's
We're not about to rely on nobody.
nobody, there's nothing average about me. And where I grew up in Fontana, it was public transportation, but the bus was so far. And then me and
Mm,
my sisters, like we didn't have a car in our home. So we would have to push the grocery cart home from the grocery store. I wasn't embarrassed or anything like that, but
yeah.
I was like, I'm ready to whip. Like I gotta get my own. I'm sorry,
I
like
got stuff to do.
no.
Like, y'all
Yeah, I got
playing.
stuff to do. I got places to go,
Right.
people to
People to
see,
see.
people to see. I got my EpiPen with me. I got
Right.
my pills. You know what I'm saying? I got my
I'm
whole look.
straight.
I got
What
my
are
whole
y'all
little
doing?
bag wherever I go.
I'm good. Like, I'm prepared. Y'all need to catch up.
Y'all have to catch up. If not, I'm gonna be gone.
For real. Yo, that is I think that's super dope, bro. That is super dope.
Thank you.
So can we get into the dyslexia?
Yes.
For those that don't know, I like to tell people because a lot of people don't know what it means, what these
Right.
different disabilities mean. So,
Right.
hey Gerald. So for
Hey
those that
G.
don't know, can you tell us exactly like what is dyslexia? Hey Bing, Alicia, hey girl.
Hey. Okay, so dyslexia is a learning disability. Basically, I have trouble with reading, writing, and spelling. And with dyslexia, we see like the words backwards. We have
Hmm.
trouble with math, and I was in a special education class to where I needed more help with it. I always had a tutorer, and far as like reading would go, my comprehension was very high, but I would like always stumble over the words and mispronounce them. But if someone was to read it for me, I would comprehend like really, really fast.
Mm,
So that's like everyone has with dyslexia, everyone has like their dyslexia disability is different.
yeah.
So that one was mine. It was more so like the reading and not being able to read the word. English is one of the hardest language to read and to spell. When I was in Spanish class, I was good, but it went to English and writing. I'm like, I would get so frustrated and so angry, like, why can't I read this? And
Yeah.
honestly, elementary school at Rio Vista, I would get so angry because I couldn't read it and I was stumbling over it. I would get so angry, I would go into a seizure. And I
Oh,
didn't understand, like,
that's
dang,
a
the
balance.
anger and the
Ooh,
frustration was triggering the seizures.
that's
But
crazy.
God, it was like, okay, it took a while
That
for me to get it. And I wasn't ashamed because I
yeah.
had, you know, my other homeboys, like in my hood from the project, we all were in a class together and we all helped each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like the leader of the class, like, we got this, you know. We hung out in class, we hung out on the playground. It wasn't nothing that you guys could say about us. And a lot of my friends were acting out because we had a disability. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? We're the same on the outside, but in the inside, no one understood what we were going
What that
through,
right.
what it was. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So for your specific type of dyslexia, how did you learn? Like how did you navigate through life?
My nana would give me the newspaper to read, and my sister Charmaine was always like my tutorer. She would be like, no, you're going to sit here. If you're stuck on this word, I still have a dictionary that she gave me. It was like a little pocket
Really?
dictionary. And so I would have to write out the word, annotate it, look up the definition for it. She played no games when it comes to that. And she would always tell me, like, I'm not going to always be here to read for you. I'm not going to always be here to do this for you. And so I didn't understand what she was saying. I'm like, get out of here. You go
Right.
read this paper to me. You go to the bank with me until that day came and but she always made sure that I had the classes and the tutors and
Yeah.
everything that I needed in life to where I wasn't lacking, even though I have a disability and I have epilepsy seizures. They haven't went away, but they're like controlled,
You
and
know how to control them
learn
now.
how to control them.
You know the dope thing. First of all, shout out to your sister. Rest in peace. Because she was a great foundation to why you are the way you are today. I think that's super dope. Shout out to her. We love you. We love you. We miss you. So I think what's super dope is the fact of one, you chose to not let your disability, your limitation hinder you. And
Yeah,
then also, I think that's super dope that you decided to advocate for your own self because I feel like this is, and I preach this too, but I feel like, but you just gave a great example. If you don't want to do it yourself, ain't nobody around you gonna want to help you.
no,
Like they don't care. If you don't care, I don't care. That's it. So because you had so much determination and so much grit to push and be like, nah, I'm not settling for this disability. I have it, but it don't have me. Like
yeah,
I'm still about to live my life. And I feel like because you had that mindset and your community around you was like, yo, we about to push her too. Period.
yes, yeah.
Period. Like that's it. I
Very hard on me. Wouldn't let me slack for anything.
period. And but that's why you're so dope today because it's like y'all was on my head, but I get it now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank you. Okay, so I know earlier you mentioned that you were talked about people were kind of because you don't look like what you deal with on the inside is not prevalent on the outside. So
right.
for the people that were talking about you, the people that clowned you, whatever the case may be, how did you deal with that?
You want me to be honest?
I want you to keep it a buck.
I was very defensive. I was fighting a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what I go through. You don't know my struggle, but you putting your mouth on me. And so I want to tell you and I want to teach you,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, I got to beat you up first and then sit down with you and then talk to you about my disability. Then you open up to me and tell me, well, oh, I struggle with the same thing, or I have something similar like that, to where you could have just been like, hey, Lonita, but you started picking on me. So, yeah.
No, I get. Listen, we all have our ways to handle things, and some people need to be touched to get it.
Hey, he say lay hands on the
He
sick.
said,
I'm
"Lay
just
hands on the sick, and they shall recover." That's the book. Okay,
that's in the book.
that's
And sometimes I had to lay hands on him
that's
and then talk to him.
that's in the book. So I know that was your younger days. So as you got older, how did you kind of like cope with when people tried to like shame you for who you were?
Speak up. Just speak up. Just be me. Just
Yeah.
be authentically Lonita and say, this is me and this is what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if not, chuck up the
Deuces.
deuces and just go on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to let you know whose I am and who I am first. And that's it and that's all. Like,
That's
I
it.
never had a problem. I communicate verbally very well
Yeah.
because I've always had to protect myself.
Hmm.
So it was like, that's how I did it.
So when you like meet new people or your friends or whatever the case may be, are you ashamed or do you tell them straight up, all right, listen, like just let y'all know this is what I deal with, or is there a time to where something happens and you have to kind of explain?
No, I've never been ashamed, and I want to explain first because I don't want to be around somebody and they don't know about me. And that
Right.
was to like, I want to let you know because I want you to save my life. I don't want you to sit there and freak out and then I'm just over here and I'm gone.
Right.
Look. I told you this might happen. I told you to lay me on my side. I told you don't let me swallow my tongue. Don't put your fingers in your mouth. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you call 911.
Right.
Do everything you can to save my life because I told you ahead of time.
Right.
So, yeah.
Nah, I think that's what's up, Uncle Delvin. Love you. Okay, because they do have to lay the hand. They Uncle Delvin, you
Lay
know,
hands. Wake
lay
up
the hands.
after. Yes.
Right. So I love that because a lot of people, hey, ooh, we're gonna say
Sassy.
sassafras.
Hi, cousin.
Hey, cuzzo,
Sisters.
sassafras. That's what we're gonna call you, sassafras. Um, I think that's super dope that you tell people ahead of time because a lot of people don't know what to do when people have seizures. Like they just don't, and a lot they get kind of choked up, and it's like, no, I'm choking. You can't get choked up
Yes.
like that. Let me do that. Let me do that part. I need you to be calm, and I need you to be proactive. So I think that's super dope because a lot of people don't know that when you do have seizures, your tongue does roll back. Like put that
Your
John.
touch,
Yeah.
your eyes, all of that. And I've had several close friends pass away from seizures too.
Really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My best friend that lived next door to my grandmother on Western, yeah, she had grandma seizures.
Okay.
Mine's
Now what's that?
grandma seizures is that is like the
That's the
level
top
of
tier.
tier. Yeah, that's top tier. Mine's is epilepsy. They're pedimol seizures, and I will watch her in the house just roll and just tear up the whole house.
Oh my
We
god.
couldn't grab her, we couldn't touch her, we couldn't hold her, we couldn't do anything. She would just have to spaz out until she came out of it.
Okay. So two questions. First, how long did your seizures last?
Honestly, I don't know because it was like the Lord would wake my mom up like clockwork. She knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I was like sleep with my cousin Shay, and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up having a seizure on her, and she started screaming for my mama. But I guess my mom was like already in there. She's like, "Oh, Auntie
Wow.
Rhea, Nini's doing this thing and she's shaking." And so I don't know because my mom would do whatever she did best, call on the Lord, wipe me down, and she would like talk me out of the seizure. I would start talking,
Yeah.
and then that would bring me out, and she would time it. But as I got older, I don't think that they would like last as long.
Mm-hmm.
My body would start telling me what's going on, and I would tell everybody around me like, "Oh, I need some air, I need some water," like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if I would try my best and go into prayer to control it, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't really know like how long. But
Man, so for the people, I'm glad you said that.
and
Because I got another question, but I'm gonna ask this one because you said that one. So,
okay,
for people that do have seizures and do have your specific type of seizures, what is some things that you can kind of tell them to be proactive before they go into the episode?
when you feel it coming on, whoever is around you, or if you're by yourself, because 9 times out of 10, I'm like by myself a lot. It's like mental.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's attacking my brain, I have to go into like a mental space, and it has to do with your mental health as well. Like I would have to like talk to myself and be like, okay, Lonita, this is about to happen. But as I'm going through it and I'm spazzing, I'm still coaching myself
Mm,
along with being in prayer. I'm like describing it, but it's kind of hard to describe. So
yeah,
I would tell anyone that can feel it coming on and you're alone to just be like calm. Don't fight it because your body's gonna spaz no matter what. And it's nothing that you can't, but like slide down the wall, already sit on the floor because if you're
mm,
standing up, you don't want to hit your head, you don't want to fall, brace yourself. Even if you're in the mall and you don't know no one, like signal someone, can you just like watch me and make sure I'm okay? Like
yeah.
here's my phone, call the last person that you see or something
Hmm.
like that. So that would be like, I don't say like advice, but just like a little
No, that's
safety.
good because there are people that do have seizures or seizure-like symptoms that understand exactly what you're saying. And
Okay.
everybody may not, but there are
Right.
people that do understand. I definitely, because I have a few people that have seizures,
Okay.
and when you said the sit down,
Yes.
that like I totally get that because you don't when you're spazzing out, you can't control your body.
No, we need like we need fresh air. Those
Yeah, like you can't
isolators
be
don't
close.
cover over
Hmm.
us. Give me by a fan, give me a wet towel. If you gotta take my clothes off me because my body is gonna heat up, which is gonna cause the fever,
Yeah.
which is gonna elevate the seizure and everything like that. So
Yeah.
keep me cool as possible. And that's with anybody else, you know. I don't
Yeah.
care. Pour a bottle of water on me. You know what I'm saying?
Just to cool you down. Yeah.
Yeah, just to keep us cool.
Yeah, that's true. There was a guy that was actually at our church during service and he had a seizure and there were so many people around him and his wife was like, "No, like back up. Like give him fresh air."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that she was able to do that because she was able to not control it, but help to where it kind of calmed down. And then
Right.
after, just like how you said, he was like, "You good?" After he was like, "All right, what we talking about?" And I'm like, "Do you just, do you know what you just?" Never
We
mind.
get
Whatever.
really, really sleepy. Like we like, okay, what's going on? Wait, what happened or whatever? But after that, it's like it takes so much out of you. You be like, okay, I'm ready to sleep the rest of the night away, the rest of the day away. But I tell my homegirls like, oh, I'll be sleeping till 11. But I did put my outfit out though. We are still going to the club though. We hitting that house party up.
Period.
And they be looking like, well, girl, don't worry about that. I didn't have one. I didn't have one for the day.
Right.
I ain't gonna have another one.
We
I don't
straight,
think
right?
for the rest of the night.
I'm so glad. First of all, Jojo, I love you. Hi, sister. Archie, what up, bro? You good? You straight? Love y'all. Hey, mom. I told you my mom's gonna be on. Hey, mom.
I miss her.
That's my dog. I'm glad that you said that because that was the next question. TikTok is a thing now, and a lot of people be putting their business on TikTok. But I did see a lady, um, she was about like in her 20s. She was having a seizure, and I feel
Oh,
like it was an awareness. It was an awareness video.
okay.
But she was so exhausted after, like extremely exhausted. So for you, and I feel like the way you described like the grandma seizures, she had that because she
Mhm.
was rolling. So for you and your seizures, do you get tired? Like, does it wipe you out?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Like tired. That's why I be like, oh, I'm about to sleep right now.
Yeah,
I could sleep like a good 8 hours because
really.
yeah, I'm just gone. That's how much of your energy it takes away from you. And then it's like, okay, once I wake up, I'm like, I'm hungry. I used to tell my sister, like, I'm hungry. I want some steak and some potatoes and some cabbage. Can you
No.
please make some cornbread? And my older sister would be down there cooking her butt off. What else is it? I'd be like, yeah, I'm ready to eat.
That is so starving. I mean, like
But
you
then
just went through a whole fast.
the medication will make you hungry too.
Okay. See, we definitely have to have a part two because this is so
Okay,
good information. Like,
okay,
a
okay,
lot of people don't explain the ins and outs of what a seizure and having a seizure and living with a
okay,
seizure looks like. So this is like, so I'm interested. Like, this is
okay,
like
okay.
really good. So what medications? Well, what are the medications for? Do they help digress the seizures? Do they help control it?
It's like something that's releasing in our brain. I have to look at my paperwork again to see like what it's called. Sometimes we don't get enough. Sometimes we get too much. Sarah, I know there's a nurse or a doctor on here that know what I'm talking about. Something toning something or whatever.
Serotonin.
Something like that that's in the brain.
Uh
And
huh.
we can get too much, not enough. And what the medication is to like balance it out. And so
Okay.
when I was younger, I used to take a medication that was, I think it was like phenobarbital or something like that. It was
Mm-hmm.
like pink, like a bubble gum type of medicine. But then as I got older, they like switched it to a different one. Then it was like a pill, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't like to take a lot of meds, so.
Yeah, yeah, no, I got you. I got you. So, do you have to take it every day, even when you're not even having seizure-like symptoms? Is it almost kind of like a vitamin? How just have to take it just on GP, or do you just have to take it when you need it?
If you good with your medicine, yeah, take your medication every day. But yes.
Don't ask me personally, but do what the
Don't ask me personally because I like to do other things. I'll just
ah,
But
ah,
yes, I would tell anyone to take your medication as it is prescribed for you. Yes, please take
yeah.
it.
No, this is so good. This is so see. Gotta be no. Wait. Before I go into all that, because you got testimony too. Can you please share to people how the devil was trying to take you out just the other day with the? Can you please?
Wait, where are we going?
We going
Where are we
with
going?
how somebody was trying to get in your car.
No. So I did a big, my family and I did a big birthday memorial celebration for my sister at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
When I say the Holy Spirit was moving, he was just moving. People got saved, got prayed for, gave their testimony, gave their life to Christ. I come home, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I had to do the
Right.
decorations. My family and I went down 50 flight of steps to get to the beach. It's hot and everything. So I get home. What's today? Today's Thursday.
Thursday. Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, I'm trying to remember because the days go by so fast. So Tuesday in the wee hours of the night, yeah, it was a man. I knew it was a man. How I walked up to my car and seen it. And when I say he stole everything out of it, I mean stole everything out of my car. And I was just like happy and thanking God that I took my sister's jacket out of my car. The Lord had me sleep. Like, I wake up at 4 to pray. I wake up
Yeah.
at 6 to get ready to work to go clean my clients' houses.
Mm-hmm.
But I was off. It was like my vacation.
Yeah.
And I was like in a deep sleep. And when they say, when he say I protect babies and fools, I protect babies and fools. He knew I would have acted a fool. And so the man slept in my car. Like, he smoked weed in my car. He had a black and mild in my car. Girl, he just reclined the seat, sat on the leather, was
Comfortable.
ashing it out. Girl took his time, took all my money out, all my perfumes, everything I got for my birthday. I didn't have a chance to take anything out of my car because I was so exhausted. I was so
Yeah.
tired, and I knew not to get sick. That's one
Yeah.
thing. When you
Mm-hmm.
have disabilities, you're asthmatic, you have allergies, you have seizures, whatever, you know how far to push your body. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell anybody, I'm not getting sick behind anything, anybody, any business, or nothing. I'm
Period.
going to take care of me by all costs. I had to learn
Period.
that the hard way. I'm going to sleep. And that's what I did. I
Yeah.
slept. What's that song? Slept the night away or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I did. And I woke up to take my dad to the doctor and found my car just, yeah, all bad, all bad.
That is so crazy. And that's like that's a thing that my dad would be talking about. Like, guy, like you'll be on such a high, and then
Yeah.
the enemy will try to distract you with doing like dumb stuff. Like, why you do that?
Right, exactly. Like, why? Like, but he had been like, because when I opened up my mouth, and it
Yeah.
was like, I sat there and I laughed because I knew I was getting prepared. I had went into prayer, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm so excited to be on Domo's show. Like, oh my God, am I gonna be nervous? And it
Yeah.
just happened yesterday, and I'm like, dang, I gotta tell her. But I'm still going on because I have to give my testimony, and
Yeah.
I have to give God gets all the glory out
Period.
of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Period.
everything.
Man, the devil mad. And it's
Oh,
okay
he's
though because
mad, but
he
we
he
praying against
mad
the
mad.
spirit of retaliation because he didn't want us to do this right now.
Okay,
So
but guess what?
understand,
We doing it, and so many people are on right now, and also God's getting the glory. So like your return is about to be like triple,
Jesus,
triple.
hey,
Your return
as
about to
long,
be
hey, I just
triple.
want the doors open for Charlie's house. Come on,
That's
Lord.
it. Okay, so you be flowing with me. I love it. I love the way you be flowing with me because you be in my next mind. You be in my mindset for the next thing I'm ready to talk about. Okay, so can we get into your before we talk about your cleaning business? Can we get into your foundation?
Yes. Okay. So I have Charlie's World Corporation. It's in honor of my sister and her husband that were murdered in their home. That's a whole, yeah,
We gotta do a part two.
yeah, part two. So I attend Life Church of God in Christ. Hey. But anyways, giving that to my pastor, Ron G, First Lady Levette. I had went right out. It happened in 2006. So I want to say 2007, 2008. I
Mhm.
had went to women's retreat. I've already been having a group home for boys. You know what I'm saying? And so I was already ministering to them, getting my kids out of juvenile hall, placing them into foster care, giving them my testimony about my disability,
Yeah.
going in and out of the halls with the kids and things like that. And so I went to women's fellowship and I was like, I have to do something to honor her. I have to do something to honor her. And like I said, I was asleep. And it came to my sleep. I woke up, I keep a pen and a pad. And I was like, Charlie's World. Like, what is Charlie's World, Lord? Like,
Yeah.
you have to talk to me and you have to tell me what I need to do with it. And he was like, Charlie's World Corporation Transitional Living Home. They're going to
Mm.
open up a home for people transitioning from foster care, from prison, from mental hospitals. Background with Mr. Mental Health too. We're going to
Yeah.
do that another time as well. And so that's the foundation. I have 5 entities under the umbrella of the corporation. And when I speak about it, they're like, well, you're dyslexic. It was a lot of things that I was told. Like, doctors told my mom and dad that I wasn't going to be able to read, I wasn't going to be able to write, I wouldn't, get my driver's license, kind of basically put me down on paper or whatever.
Hmm.
And so, in a sense, yeah, I still have trouble reading, writing, spelling, and stuff, but I didn't let it stop me. The enemy would try to cause depression and different things like that. But it's not about me. It's not about Lonita.
Right.
The Lord, and I was always told, like, if you open up your mouth, you're going to help others because no one knows that about you. No one
Yeah.
knows. They just see, like, the popping low, the hip low, the one, but they always know you want to help in a certain way.
Yeah.
Then they would be calling me preacher girl or whatnot, and I guess that's part. But that's how my corporation evolved and came.
I think that's super dope. Gabe, can you put that on the screen? The name, please. I think that's super dope. I think that is amazing that one, you're representing your sister and represent like I just think that the whole reasoning behind it is amazing. I think that people need it because
Yeah.
you're touching five different departments that people need help in. Like for real, like you really are. Yeah, I think that I can't wait to see it manifest even bigger. Like
Oh God, thank
man,
you.
I cannot wait because it's something that's really needed, especially right now in the world
Yes.
that we live in. So many people are just they suffering for real.
Suffering bad. And when I talk about mental health, when I talk about, that I was in a hospital and they said I have bipolar disorder. And when I looked up on the wall and I seen 5150 by my name, I'm like, wait a minute, Lord, hold on. What are you
Okay,
talking about?
who
I
that
write
who
the
that's
report.
for?
Yeah, I'm like, I write the reports. But he said, he was like, basically, you're going to touch so many, you have to be like, I called you and I chose you for a reason. You have to be able to be like, hey, I've been there before. I've seen the
Mhm.
padded walls. I actually was in there. You know what I'm saying? And when I opened up my mouth while I was there, I started working with the doctors. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
started telling them what was wrong with the no, look, she's a
Yeah.
cutter. We need to do this. This is what she need, X, Y, and Z. And they were all like going home except for me. And I'm like, wait a minute, God, wait. I'm ready to go home. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. My sister's not coming to visit me. You know what I'm saying? She not sending me no food. What's up?
Right.
But he was like, when it was your time, you're gonna go, but you're gonna talk about what
Mhm.
happened and what I did for you. You know?
Yeah, you had to be there. You had to go through it
Yes,
because if you didn't go through it, you can't tell people what they're going through and how
exactly.
they can come out of it.
Yes.
And I think that's super dope because I preach this too, and you literally just say what I preach. You're not going through something for yourself.
No.
Like it ain't nothing personal. You're going through it to help somebody else. So don't take it personal when God chooses you to go through the hardest things. It's for a reason. It's literally because you're strong enough. When you come out of it, you're gonna literally help so many people.
Yeah. That's like
Man,
when the doctor told me I had cancer. Who? Huh?
right?
What? Wait, huh?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? My hair down my back. So I was like, wait a minute. Who'd you say? But as fast as the doctor said it, it was like the Lord wrapped my brain like as fast as a bullet can come out of a gun. The Lord was like, and I was on
Man,
the table and I just started rolling. And the doctors, my dad is in the room, and the doctors is looking at me. And I just started praying and I just started speaking in tongues and I just started speaking over my life and just in that instant asking the Lord like for healing and don't
yeah.
get me wrong, I did ask him why me. He like, why not you? You gonna open up your mouth. It's gonna be a struggle. You gonna go through it, but you gonna testify and tell everybody how I brought you through. We'll get deep
Why
into
not you? Oh, that's so good. Oh, oh, that's so
because
good.
when
Why not?
people see or they say, cancer, everybody out. No, 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 no. They don't want me in the upper room yet.
Oh,
I got too many Charmaine, Nardi,
I got too much to
Courtney.
do. I got too many people to talk to.
Yeah, they be like, no, not
I
that one. No, 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 Jesus,
go,
send her back.
go on to the
No,
next.
no, no. I get
Go
to the
on to
gates like, hey, what's up? No, no, no. Not you. You
Yo,
gonna get
it's
in here? No, we not ready. You not done.
yeah, yeah.
You not
Your
done.
time not up yet. Your number not called. Sorry, sorry.
Mm-mm. But it
Yo,
was
I
people
love that.
started praying. A lot of my friends really, really had to get down on their knees and started praying. And I don't recall and I don't remember how like I told them. I didn't put it on social media
Yeah,
because it was intimacy,
yeah.
and we serve a jealous God and he wanted me all to himself because the doctors couldn't even. They're like, you in here praying for everybody else. You're praying for the nurses and the staff and all of that. And I would go in there and I would be doing my paperwork while they got me hooked up. I'd be like, ooh,
Mm.
this burn, this chemo hurt. And some days I would be good. Some days I would be sad. But I'd be like, I got to write this invoice out. Somebody to say
Okay, I
house
got stuff to
cleaning.
do.
I got stuff to
I got
do.
I got stuff to do. Yo, Kendall, what up? I gotta. We all gotta say hi to Kendall.
Hello, Kendall.
Everybody say hi. Hey, Kendall. Hey, Jackie. Love y'all. I think, man, like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have a part two because
No
we
worries.
relate when it comes to chemo,
Okay.
and we're gonna have to delve into because now that I know someone that has been through chemo, we can really talk about it.
Girl,
We could
I'm
really
gonna get with you if I show you the
we could really talk about
nobody.
it.
They were like, no. And then it like
Woo.
started getting so aggressive. They had to go to another one. But I went, like I told everybody, I went into prayer for self first.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, I'm about to do no, 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 no. No, because this is my body. I need to do my research. I need to figure it out. we're gonna do some holistic. I already eat
Yeah.
good with
Yeah.
this chemo because it depleted me. Done had the
Yeah.
COVID. It burnt me.
It's
Drill
no
had to. My
joke.
hair was falling out.
It's
Drill
no
had to
joke.
shave me bald. It was a lot. Like he would hold my hand, watch me. My dad would go. My mom went a couple of times, but I was real overprotective with my mom. I didn't
Yeah.
really. I'm like,
Cause
me and
that's
dad
hard to
got
take
this.
in. That's hard to
Yeah,
see your child. Like that's a lot.
yeah. I
And
told my
especially
mom,
with moms because they
yeah,
can't do anything about it.
yes, and she was, no more after this. You not doing no. Like you could let them take your uterus. I said not so. No, no, no. I'm too young.
Right.
I advocate for us and
Right.
for everybody else. They want to cut on us. So I got to advocate for
Right.
black women and our organs and stuff. That ain't what my God said. No, we
Mm-mm.
gonna thug this out. That's
Mm-mm.
what we gonna
Right.
do.
Man, no, I totally listen. Yeah, we definitely gonna have a part two for sure. For
We
sure.
will.
We definitely gonna have a part two. But I want to say thank you again so much for being a
You're
guest on the show.
welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for being you. Like you dope. I appreciate it.
I always would say that because you would be with my little brothers and sisters and them, and I would see you at church, and I just sit back in the cut because I was doing my own thing, and I used to be like, "Dang!" I'm like, "She's so bomb." I'm like, "They just don't know. They just don't know." I'm like,
Thank
"Man, she
you.
dope for real."
Thank you. I appreciate it. You too. Jojo, I got you. I'm gonna tag you in part two. People want to be I guess we're gonna have to do a part two. I guess we're gonna have to do a
Let me
part two.
know.
Part two. I'm definitely gonna hook you up with a part two for sure. I appreciate it
Thank
so
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you for
It
taking your
was
time out.
an honor.
Yeah, we got more. It may be a part three because we gotta
I
get this.
know
We gotta get it out
we
for
do.
sure. We
We
gotta
do.
get it out. Gabe's
We
gonna put you in the
do.
background. We're gonna end the
Okay.
show,
Okay.
and I'm gonna holler at you after. Don't log off though. Love
Oh,
you.
I sure won't. Thank you so much. I
You're
greatly
welcome.
appreciate for you allowing me to tell what God has done and what He's doing in my life. I
Oh
great
yeah.
and I love your show and
Thank
thank
you.
you for having this show and not being afraid. Like this is what we need because no one knows about our disabilities. And you stepped out on faith and you took the leap for us. And I
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. I
much.
appreciate it. I'm gonna do this to the wheels
Uh-huh.
fall off. I'm not gonna say till the day I die. I'm gonna do this to the
No,
wheels
no,
fall off because I say different.
exactly. That
Because
part.
I say different. I
That
appreciate it. Thank you so much for sure, for sure.
you're welcome. Thank
I
you.
love you.
Love you too.
Yo, I what I tell y'all? I told y'all this episode is gonna be bananas. Y'all gonna get it one day. Yo, was she not dope? We may have to have a part five, is all I'm saying. Because she has so much to say. Like, and I'm forget I love y'all, but forget y'all because I wanna know. Like, I wanna know for myself. Y'all just eavesdropping at this point. Y'all had a little razzle dazzle right here. But when she come back part two, part three, I I wanna I wanna know for me. I want to know from me, but I'm gonna let y'all ears hustle, okay? That's all. That's it. That's all. Yo, thank you guys. Thank y'all so much. It was a lot of y'all on here. I love y'all. Ain't she, Uncle Devin? She really is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna say it every single episode because you guys don't have to. I get a lot of people from Cali, but that aren't from Cali, so the time difference. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for coming in. Whatever time, whatever minute y'all came in, I appreciate it so much, and I love y'all with everything I got. And then after that, I would love y'all a little bit more. All right, so let's get into the church announcements. So, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, okay. Um, if you have a disability, or if you know someone that has a disability, and you want them to be a guest on the show, as y'all see, my guests are super dope. So if you have a disability, or you know someone that would be a super dope guest, holla at me. And let me tell you this. This is the disclaimer. if your elbow hurt, if you got a watermark, or if you got a paper cut, don't call my line. Put some Neosporin on it. I need someone that's dealing with some real life issues. Okay? Let me call me no paper cut. I just stubbed my big toe. Okay, friend. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So, if y'all have any one of those, let me know. And then we in the live swimwear. Also, next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, we are live and in living color with another guest. Like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all know how it's. Y'all should know how to. Okay, because y'all know. All right. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Next Thursday, we in there. We out. I'm gonna let y'all go because I got a turkey leg to eat. I don't know what y'all about to eat, but I got a turkey leg to eat. Gay, get me out of here. Love you.